Hey guys, my name's Connor from UK Game Bureau and welcome to episode 9 of Road to Black Belt, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have a look at the solo challenges, and more specifically the UFC 201 throwback challenges in the UFC Vault. So what these are, if you haven't seen them before, is they have one for UFC 200 and one for UFC 201, and they have a few fights from that card, and you sort of have to do a few challenges, and if you do it you get some really cool rewards. So to see for this one, we need to have 50 chemistry, and we also need to get our power up. So what you need to do is you go through all of your cards. Obviously it gives you a select amount. It gives you that Tyrone Woodley for that particular one I was doing. It's not my own card, but these are all my own cards. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking for one that has a good power rating. Then I'm also going to be looking for ones that also get my chemistry up. To get your chemistry up, you're going to want all 3 of those slots filled. As you can see, I've got 1 slot on each of the 2 there. So now I'm just going to look for a nice kick as well that has at least the amount of power that we need. So what you need to do for the chemistry is, as you can see, there's 3 little slots there. You need to fill all of them up. There's one for your weight class, there's one for what kind of fighter your person is, like a grappler or a brawler, and then there's one just for the actual slot itself. So obviously with Woodley being a middleweight grappler, if I go into the leg slot and put a kick there that's for a middleweight grappler, I'll have all 3 bars of the chemistry full. So again, now here we're just working on the chemistry. As you see, we've got all 3 of the bars there. So if you're going to be wanting to do some of these challenges, I would recommend you've opened a fair amount of packs, because you're going to need a lot of moves to be able to do this that well. If you only have a few moves, you're not going to be able to get all the chemistry, and you're not going to be able to get all the stats that you need. The ones I'm showing you now are only the medium difficulty ones. I believe it's actually hard difficulty, but it's for middle tier. There are also harder ones, and I believe those you need to get 75 chemistry, and you need to get some really high stats. They're very hard to do, you need a lot of good cards to do it, a lot of gold, a lot of silver cards. The good thing is, as you can see what I'm doing, you can specify whether it's you're looking for ground cards, submission cards. You can change what you're looking for, which narrows it down a bit. If you press right on the right stick, then you can actually see it says if it's a brawler item, if it's a grappler item, it does show that. So we need to get our chemistry, we needed our power, and we need to make sure we had 3 brawler items. There's our last brawler item right there. And there we go, so we have now got all the stats we need, and we have all the chemistry we need. So it's given us a few coins there for that challenge. And then for the actual challenge we need to get the proper reward, as you'll see it pop up now, we need to win by knockout or TKO, and we need to knock our opponent down in the first round. So let's get right to it. Okay, so here we are. Obviously we are Tyrone Woodley, and our opponent is Robbie Lawler. It is worth noting that these solo challenges is all against a computer, it's all AI, so you're not fighting an actual person. Which means you can get a bit more reckless with your strikes. You don't need to try and mix up at all. Especially on these lower difficulties, you can just essentially spam, you can do some cheesy tactics if you want. Because at the end of the day, you're not really affecting anyone else, you're just trying to do it for yourself. So as you can see there, I'm just spamming duck uppercut, throwing out a lot of jabs, throwing out a lot of straights. No need to mix up with this kind of difficulty. At some difficulties you will need to, but medium one is fine. Oh, there we go, there's our knockdown. So that was half of the challenge. We need to obviously make sure we get knocked down in the first round. So now we just need to try and knock our opponent out. We have 5 rounds to do this, so it should be very simple. It is worth noting that you need to do all of these challenges in one game. You can't do half of them. So if I say one by decision now, it wouldn't count. You'd have to do it all in one. And there we go, there's our knockout. Watch a replay of that, because that was a perfectly timed uppercut.
Huge uppercut for the win. Yeah, Joe, a pinpoint strike
Boom. Right, on to the next one. So as you can see here, we've got our solo challenges done, and we've got our pack. We'll open that at the end. What we can do now is, for the UFC 201, there's 2 different fights that you can do. So I'm going to show you the other side of it now. So as well as Woodley versus Lawler, you've also got Rose versus Carolina. So we're going to do one of these other ones now. I'm going to skip through all the placing the moves in, because you get the idea of how you do that now. Just work your chemistry, work those particular stats, and try and work around it. Like I said, you will need quite a lot of cards to do this. But if you open up a few packs with the coins you get daily, you should be able to do this, no problem. So as I'm sure you read just then, but in case you didn't, we need to land 20 strikes with our fist to our opponent's head, and we need to make sure they don't land 20 strikes with their fist to our head. So my plan, as you can probably see already, so I'm just going to try and take it to the ground. It's a lot harder to hit someone in the head when obviously you're inside control. I don't think you can actually do it at all. So that is going to be the plan here. Our submission offense is quite high because of the cards we had to put down. So plans, I'm just going to get all my strikes in, and then I'm just going to go for a submission.
She's in half guard now.
Trying to block these transitions here, but this bottom set's very good because we are not able to. We're able to transition very well.
Just because you're on your back doesn't mean you can't throw off that. Staying busy here, you like to see that, Joe. Ground and pound strike is true.
I'm able to block those transitions, but it is quite hard. There we go, it's going to land a few shots. I haven't actually kept count how many we've landed. Good thing is, because it's single player, we can just pause. Right, so we've landed 20 strikes. I believe they're all the ones we need, but I landed a few more just in case. Just about a few right here. Block that.
Big shot from the bottom.
Okay, so we've definitely landed 20 we need. She's got nowhere near 20. So all we're going to do now is just try and get the submission. I believe we have a Kimura from here.
Trying to stay heavy here as best she can.
We have a strikes, try and get her stamina down a little bit. Okay, goes backside. Blocked it. Okay, we have plenty of time. We could go to a decision and win this, but obviously the likelihood of us not getting hit 20 times with the head, it's very unlikely, so I just want to finish this as quickly as I can. And there we go, we've got an arm triangle. See if we can do this. Again, it's against the AI, so our patterns are very predictable. It's not like you're against a player who's constantly wiggling all the different directions. Yeah, we can get this there. As simple as that. Obviously, for the UFC 201 Throwback one, there's, I believe, 12 different challenges. There's one for Woodley, one for Lawler, one for Rose, one for Carolina. And then they do that on 3 different difficulties, each of the challenges being progressively harder. And you get some very good rewards from it, as we'll see now. As you can see there, we've got our pack for doing all of the 3 things. So as you can see, we've got a few silver token packs. You get some bronze packs, you get some silvers, you get some golds. And with these, what you can do is use them to get moves and new fighters. So this is a bit of a different episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below. And don't forget to subscribe down below as well for more content coming very, very soon.